Good evening, sir.
Welcome to another episode of JT Discussions. Today, Jorge has sent me a video of this white girl talking about phones. You ready?
Yeah.
What's up?
If you're in a relationship where you feel the need to check the other person's phone, you're in the wrong relationship. I'm sorry, but you can't convince me that a couple that regularly goes through each other's phones has a relationship that's built on trust. In fact, if you're regularly going through your partner's phone, you have a relationship built upon distrust. And you're literally addicted to the dopamine rush that's tied to the potential chaos that you think you may find. Here's my rule. If you don't think your partner could predict what was in your phone, your communication is lacking. My boyfriend knows who I talk to on the daily. He knows when I hear from someone I haven't heard from in a while. And if we went through each other's phones, we could both accurately predict what we'd find. So there's no need to ever start. Once you start going down that hole of checking, you won't stop until you get to the very bottom of it. And at that point, you're living a life that I guarantee you do not want to live.
Okay. What do you think?
She came up on my recommendations on YouTube. I think it was because I used to follow her on IG. Because she was doing comedy like, hey, what up, my guys? And just bag on like, oh, having a muscle car means you're this, like. And then it got into actually like, she's in that dating coach sphere type of niche. And the reason I stopped following her is because it was less comedy and more just like her trying to preach. Essentially, she's telling men what to do and how to go about dating.
From a female lens?
From a female lens.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think her boyfriend does have like his own thing. I never follow him. And I'll get to the specific thing that made me see, oh, okay, dating coaches. For a dude, it has to be a dude. Can't be a woman.
Yeah, it's tough to be
if anything.
coach, yeah.
Not that I know anything about that.
Yeah, sure. But this is interesting, the whole phone thing. There's a lot of philosophy people have on people's phones. There are some people who are like want to demand passwords of like their Instagram or their Snapchat or whatever, 24/7 access to their accounts. There's some people who don't care at all. They're like, I trust you, whatever, if you're gonna cheat, whatever, it's fine, I don't care, I'll just leave you. And there's people who all from obsessing over it and like all they think about and they want full control or access at least, who don't care at all, very nonchalant, and very trusting, you want to call it that. That just really depends on the relationship itself, I suppose, and like what you want in your relationship. Some guys don't care for a reason. Some guys care a lot more. It's more important to them. I don't really. Some people will say like you're insecure or you don't trust them if you do want access. I don't think that's the case. I think it's more so just personal preference. Also, how you're culturally brought up too. Different relationship styles and culture you're brought up in. So I don't really, if you want to be full access and all the access to the DMs and the Snapchat or the messages, that's cool with me. If you don't care at all, I don't really care either. It really depends on your personal preferences, but I don't think there's anything wrong with either side or any part of the spectrum of that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
Sure.
would it be safe to say that you would probably be, I would probably be, is like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go out of my way to check your phone. But it definitely has to be, if I do say, give me that, who's that? It's like, no problem.
Yeah, it's
Check it.
not hesitation, there's no, yeah.
But I'm not going to be checking I got my own phone to go through. We got
Yeah.
our own things going on.
I think why
right?
I don't care as much is more so if I see a common pattern of like they're on Snapchat or Instagram, it's like some random person they're DMing that I don't know about, they're hiding it, or it's very secretive. That's why I'm not gonna like ask them like, oh, like I don't want to deal with that drama, that BS. I'd rather just like, hey, either hey, this is who you are, is this what's going on? Cool, that's fine, do that. But I'm not gonna be part of that. More so than trying to like make them change, or I need passwords, I need access to your account, I need to always know who you're talking to. I really not to deal with that at all. And you're somebody who doesn't even engage, they're not always on their phone or not. I really deal with somebody who's more like that.
Right.
Then somebody have to worry about, like, I have to check their passwords once a day and this and that, and just make sure they're not doing anything, you know.
Or they make sure their phone is never within your grasp per se.
Yeah.
Like, that's already, boom,
Yeah.
big red flag.
Yeah, if they're always hiding, if they're, like, talking to somebody or whatever, and, like, you're right there, that they're showing you, like, they don't seem to care, then it's probably just a regular conversation, you know.
Right.
Unless they're super bold and they, like, reverse psychology that, and they know you don't care, so they do it in front of you, because they know you're actually looking at it. They're secretly gaming some dude right in front of you.
Say that again? Like, they'll
Imagine-
hide in plain sight.
Well, imagine, like, a girl watches this video, right, and they know my philosophy on this, right? And they go, oh, okay, he doesn't actually care. So if I show in front of him I'm doing stuff, he's not gonna really care because he trusts me, because I'm doing it so boldly in front of him. So she meets that kind of person, and so she's bold about it, does it anyways. It's a very extreme example, but
Well, they're pretty. I think people have
That's-
evolved, especially with technology, because they could save it as like mom or dad.
yeah,
You know. Going back to Billy here.
yeah,
Thing about her that made me think like, okay, it's not funny anymore. Now you're actually trying to give
it's
advice.
more
And
serious.
And it's like videos like this. It's like, okay, yeah, it's
It's
common
catchy.
sense.
Yeah.
You know, okay. Really explaining everything. It's not funny, but whatever. But I saw one of her stories. She was like probably at a hotel or something, and she was filming outside, like down. She was really high up on a floor, and then just down on the ground is a excavator, right?
yeah,
It was a dude with slang is a hoe, but it had not just the normal bucket; it had the cruncher, right?
Okay.
And so she was just filming him, right, loading up scrap metal into a big dumpster. And she captioned it, "Wow, dude's really going through it," because he dropped the load in the dumpster, and then he's just like hammering it in, because you need to fill it up. He's working.
yeah. It's like when you fill the trash up, you don't like just put it.
Yeah,
there.
you just smash
a
it.
little bit. Yeah.
And I guess because construction workers are just an inconvenience to society, right? She captioned it, making it seem like he's angry or toxic or whatnot. And she's supposedly this anti-feminist for the guys, for, you know, trying to preach to men, help them out, tell them how to date, how to talk to women and all that, when it's like, you don't get it. Like, that's just when I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen the video, but yeah, that's the hard part about women who are dating coaches for men, so you can't really relate to men that well.
Exactly.
It's hard to reverse the role there, and also a lot of men need advice, and in a certain type of way, where women are really uncomfortable receiving that kind of advice in that kind of way, and also not comfortable giving that kind of advice in a certain kind of way. They kind of soften the message instead of just saying, this is what you need to do, you're messing up in this area, go do this, that, blah, blah. A lot of the advice is kind of this fluffy. It makes you like don't feel too bad about yourself type of format or structure.
Yeah. We call each other out. We call out our boys when they're out of line, like, hey, stop this. But, you know, we know females that live together, and some stuff is like bugging the others out, and instead of actually confronting it, they're like, they don't.
The funny part of that too is that I find that girls have more problems with each other when they live together compared to guys. That's what I'm starting to notice. Is that I know it's for the reason, but like every like house I lived in with guys, like there weren't ever major issues. There's small thing like lifestyle differences.
Right.
Because I lived in some extreme houses, to be honest with you, like with drug dealers and people messing with prostitutes and all kinds of like that, bring them home, that kind of stuff. When I was younger, it was a long time ago.
College days.
College days, yeah. So do that kind of stuff, and even then, like, we still got along with them. We just say, hey, like, don't bring a hooker into our room at 2 a.m., you know? It's not when I'm living in that same room.
Right.
You can't do that. You know? With girls, though, it's always like the little things that become big things so quick when they live together.
And instead of like confronting each other, like you did with your, boy who brought the hooker,
Yeah.
they'll not say anything and then just tell the whole world. But the
And
person
then,
they have a
they
problem
do
with.
confront them, and they just don't do it tactfully.
Yeah.
They don't do it in a way that actually gets an outcome. And then, because girls are so sensitive too, that's the reason why girls give advice a certain way, because they're very sensitive. So if you go directly to them, they'll react negatively because they don't like receiving that kind of advice in that kind of way. And so if you go to a girl like, hey, you're messing up in these reasons in the house, blah blah, you're dirty or this or that, you're always up late, like we fix this.
You need to drink water.
Like it's received wrong because it's a personal attack. Instead of saying, okay, this is a message, this is what's happening, I guess adjust, and it's over. Guys, that's how it is. They're like, give them, hey, this is going on. It doesn't really last beyond that point. It's like, hey, this is the advice, this is the topic, or this is the problem. I fixed the problem. Cool, we're all good now. The girls, it lingers on.
Yeah. Tyler says, get the sign. Boom. Nothing. I'm on it. I tell my sister, get the sign, get me this, get me that. Excuse me? Did I hear, please? Like, it's just,
Do you want a sandwich with that too?
Well, yeah.
There's always something.
Good girl, attractive, nothing against her. She's just, I can't.
She's a pleasant white woman.
Yeah, it's like I wouldn't, take advice from her if she was telling me how to build a bridge either,
Yeah.
She'd probably have more success. She does have success. I can't hate.
Oh yeah,
right?
she's famous. She's got a big following.
Right.
She's married, I think.
I just don't know why she wouldn't try to give advice or be a dating coach for women,
Because my money, date coach for men. That's why.
That's true. Women don't need it.
Yeah, well, they do need it. They just don't realize they need it. They always think it's the other person's problem.
Right. They don't realize they need it, but they need it.
With guys, you need help because of guys have to initiate. And when you initiate, you face a lot of people, you get rejected a lot. And so you realize, oh wait, I am the problem, or I get adjusting a certain way to get a better outcome. With girls, they don't really initiate. And so they always put the blame on the guy. Oh, he didn't want to come to me because he was scared, or he was not a man that could come up to me. Or we had a bad first date, it's his fault. It's always the guy's fault on a bad first date for some reason. Never their fault. And so there's always someone else to blame. So it's hard to self-reflect and seek help when you are not in a position where you're trying to actually self-analyze, am I the problem? Oh. Well, that was probably a long video. Probably the longest video so far.
I don't think it was that long. If I had to guess, I'd say 12.
Alright.
Approaching on 13.
Well, there's a lot of information for you guys in that video. Hopefully you use it. It's valuable to you guys. Anything else to add before we head out?
I'm just thankful no one really watches this yet, because this video would be one that would get us torn apart.
Because of the amazing advice we gave. It doesn't give amazing advice, it's torn apart. People who don't understand or do not want to understand.
People that can't handle the truth.
I think. See you guys next time.